What's up, everybody? Just thought I'd do a quick update on the bogs. This one is doing okay. The plan is to eventually, once these things grow out, make it into a right proper bog, but until then I have them in individual pots. Now it has been historically very, very dry this summer. We've had, or excuse me, spring. We actually have a ton of wildfires going on in Florida right now because of just how dry it is. So there's been a lot of stress on the plants. Like, for instance, this Sarracenia here, you can just see is very stressed out, and that's why it's so warped, which has caused a lot of the Sarracenia to produce this phyllodia, which is sort of a stress response. Now, the phyllodia is good for doing photosynthesis, and so the plant, it requires quite a bit more energy to create the actual pictures, and so it will produce these phyllodia, if you will, leaves until it is in a more suitable condition. Now, as you can see, it's a little in the shade here. I do have it in a southeast facing area, so it gets about 8 hours of blistering heat, so that should be okay. However, things I'm looking out for are, as you can see, the bananas are still green, so it may not be getting enough light. However, there are some bananas that are getting red, so kind of looking, keep an eye on this. Once we start getting rain again, I'll be able to reevaluate whether or not it is getting enough sun and where I need to move it. But the filiformis tend to be, for me at least, a little bit later coming out of dormancy. You see that little fuzziness down there? That is the hibernaculum that they use when they go dormant to sort of conserve their energy. And so it is coming out of, this is Californica. And so looking, got a bad hair day right now, but coming out with some flowers, and they will be coming along here shortly. And then, as you can see all around here, I've got little tiny Sarracenia seedlings coming along just nicely that are growing in. These are pretty small to be putting out here, and I think I might have gotten a little overzealous putting them out here, but I did, and so we're gonna have to just follow those and see how they grow. This right here is a big banana flower stalk, but oddly it is a pink flower, which is neat. Most banana forms you see have white flowers like this right here, and so that's interesting to see, and we'll continue to watch that grow. But yeah, this is Sidicina, as you can see. It's time to cut these pictures down, but it has a lot of new growth coming in. Sidicina is in its own little tray because it likes to sit high with a high watermark, and so it is more tolerable of those kind of wetter conditions. Here we've got Purpurea that is doing okay. They're a little bit late. Sidicina and Purpurea a little slower to grow, but it's coming along. We've got some Floridana here, which, given its name, you can probably tell is native to Florida, and so it is doing fine and growing just nice. Here's another Floridana here. Those are one of the few filiformis that are fertile, and so I'm looking forward to getting some seed sets off of that and filling this bog out. There's so many things that happen in a bog that are so interesting. Like, for instance, here, that little tiny flower is a utricularia, and so that utricularia is in itself carnivorous, and so everything in here, other than the weed that grows in here every now and then, is carnivorous. And so that's what I love about a carnivorous bog, is that there's so much life that happens not only on top of the surface but below the surface. Like you can see here, just like a normal plant, but the rhizome is putting out new shoots already on these divisions. And there are utricularia all through here, and I'll be talking about those later and why they make such great bog plants. But for now, just wanted to give you an update on this one bog, and we'll be looking at others as they continue to grow out. But I hope you have a wonderful day, and if you do not have one of these backyard bogs, I highly recommend it. So far, the only issue for me has been keeping them watered, and so what I've been doing, instead of keeping the trays full, or in this case a little pool, is I've been top watering. Now, that's not really ideal. I don't really want to do that too long, but it is a way to conserve water. and allow these plants to be viable. So also here you can see when you're growing them outside, you are going to deal with some caterpillars. You can use a spray for that, but I'm going to let it ride and have it just be a little bit more natural. And if it gets out of hand, then I'll deal with it. And if not, then I'll just let nature take its course. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.